This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
COPD is a chronic lung disease that may be caused by genetics, frequent lung infections, or irritants like smoke, fumes, dust, or chemicals. The most common cause of COPD is cigarette smoke, but anyone can get COPD. Despite being the third leading cause of death worldwide, millions of people have COPD symptoms but still go undiagnosed. Wisdom might come with aging, but symptoms like shortness of breath, tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing shouldn't. If you find yourself struggling to keep up with other people your age, or if you get short of breath walking up the stairs, it's time to talk to your doctor. COPD does not yet have a cure, but it is treatable. Early diagnosis and proper care can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, visit copdfoundation.org.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night.
Baseball's hottest team tries to make it 9 wins in a row.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. It's by Alonso to right. Turang comes in to score, and the comeback kids strike again.
Top rookies hit the field as NFL preseason week 1 wraps up.
Shuck the throw again. Throwing deep. He's got him wide open. And that's Mason Tipton who makes the catch and takes it in for the touchdown. Tyler Shuck.
Division rivals clash on Sunday Night Baseball as the Cubs take on the Cardinals.
0-1. Swing and a high fly ball lifted in the air, left center field. Half is back. Pete Crow Armstrong is back, and it's gone. Pages with a home run.
The Lynx battle the Liberty in a WNBA Finals rematch.
McBride again. Kayla McBride with her 4th 3 of the day.
Plus a playoff in the FedEx St. Jude Championship.
Stroke sends it on the path, down at the hole, and into the bottom. And Justin Rose looks to the crowd with an emphatic fist pump, and he holds it there for a few seconds. Oh, baby, I love that.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Milestone day in the WNBA, and a group of 12-year-olds become champions. Those stories on the way. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, channel 80 in LA. Dodgers still holding a lead in the NL West, going for a sweep of the Blue Jays Sunday, and LA was out of the gates quickly.
On a 1-2 pitch, Ohtani pulls a fly ball, right field in deep. This ball is headed back, and we are tied. Shohei Ohtani with number 41, and the scoreboard now tied at 1.
That was in the bottom of the first. AM 570 LA Sports. Dodgers getting a jolt from Ohtani, and another strong start from Tyler Glasnow, who gave up a pair of runs on 4 hits and 4 walks, striking out 8 as he worked into the 6th inning. But
0-2. Swing and a deep drive. Left center field. Headed back to the fence. It's gone, and this game is tied. Big fly, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's 3-3 in the 8th on Vladdy's 19th of the season. A 1 pitch, and Barger drives it. Right center field. Racing back to the wall. It's gone. A go-ahead 8th inning blast for Addison Barger. The Blue Jays go back-to-back and lead it 4-3 in the 8th.
Sportsnet 590, The Fan. Just like that, Tyler Glasnow no longer in the picture to earn a decision. His winless streak stretching to 10 starts since March 31st, despite an ERA of 1.82 since coming off the injured list. Dodgers would get bases loaded walk to tie the game back up in the bottom of the 8th. Then in the 9th inning.
And the pitch to Ernie Clement. Swing and a high drive. Left field. Moving back to the fence. It's out of here. Ernie Clement with a go-ahead shot on the first pitch of the ninth. And the Blue Jays lead again, 5-4.
You have got to be kidding me. Ernie Clement.
Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Bottom of the ninth for the Dodgers. Down a run. They had bases loaded and one out. Shohei Ohtani at the plate. He strikes out. Mookie Betts grounds out. Game over. Blue Jays hang on for the 5-4 win. They trailed 3-2 entering the eighth. 3 homers in the eighth and ninth inning, tied for their most in the eighth inning or later of a game this season, and they pull out the win. Ohtani 2 for 4 with home run number 41. 11th leadoff home run of the season. That's the most in Major League Baseball. 5th straight game for him with an extra base hit. That's the longest active streak in Major League Baseball. Longest win streak in baseball has been in Milwaukee. Brewers, Mets on Sunday.
Top of the 4th inning, and Cedric Mullins slams the first pitch to deep left center field. Going back is Collins, and is gone. His first home run in a Mets uniform sails into the Brewers bullpen. Cedric Mullins hits number 16 overall, and the Mets have a 5-0 lead against Quinn Priester and the Brewers in the 4th inning.
880 ESPN New York, 5-0 Mets in the 4th. But by the 8th.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. It's by Alonso into right. Terang comes in to score, and the comeback kids strike again. 6-6 in the bottom of the 8th.
Brewers rally to tie it. And then in the 9th.
2-2. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here. Isaac Collins walks it off against the Mets. You can't make it up.
620 WTMJ. Brewers a 7-6 win over the Mets. Their 9th straight win. Longest active streak in baseball. Their 2nd longest streak this season. They won 11 straight in July. Isaac Collins, 3 for 5. His 8th homer of the season is the walk-off shot. His first career walk-off home run. After the win, he spoke with FanDuel Sports Network.
Isaac, you're leading off the inning. You're facing Edwin Diaz. He gets you down to 2 strikes. What is your approach?
I mean, he's got a good fastball. I was on the fastball and just caught the slider out front. That's all I can say. I don't know.
What are you feeling right now?
I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun, and so are all these guys in this clubhouse. It's amazing.
Isaac, this team trailed 5-0 in the 4th inning. Murph calls you guys woodpeckers. How did you stay in this game and just battle back?
It's just taking it one pitch at a time. That's our team. That's who we are this year. Doesn't matter what the score is, what inning it is, who's on the mound. Yeah, we're going to take this thing one pitch at a time and just peck like a woodpecker.
DL Hall picked you guys up 3 2/3 scoreless innings. How valuable was that to keep you guys in this game and give the offense a chance?
That was huge. That was huge for DL. We needed that from him, and he kept us in that game, like you said, and gave us a chance to win. That's all we can ask for as position players.
A 9-game winning streak. You had sold-out crowds here all weekend long. These fans, they battled through floods and crazy weather to be here for you guys. How much are you feeling the support of these fans and that they're on this ride with this team?
We feel it. We feel it, AmFam. We feel it. The energy this weekend was amazing. It felt like playoff baseball. And, again, we feed off you guys. This is a great weekend.
Isaac Collins, the walk-off home run to give the Brewers the win over the Mets. William Contreras, 3 for 4 with 2 homers, 12 now on the season after his 2nd multi-homer game of the year. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Brewers with their 9th series sweep this season. They've padded their lead some more in the division. Cubs-Cardinals, meanwhile, in the Sunday night matchup in St. Louis. This was a 2-2 game in the 7th.
There's a 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit right field. Tucker will pick it up. Here's Walker to the plate. The throw to the dish is too late. Throw to second is too late. RBI single for Gorman, and the Cardinals have the lead.
Cardinals take the lead in the 7th, and a couple of innings later.
He swings and grounds one out to second. Up with it to JC, and he steps on second. And that's the ball game. Cardinals win it. 3-2 3-2 the final as the Redbirds hang on for the victory.
3-2 the final. Cubs have lost 5 of the last 8. They fall 6 behind the Brewers in the Central. They do have a 1.5 lead over the Padres for the first wild card spot. Cardinals have won 5 of the past 8 to climb over 500. You heard the game here on ESPN Radio. John Shambi, Doug Glanville had the call, of course. Back to St. Louis. Boog.
Jay, thanks very much. The Cardinals defeat the Cubs 3-2 the final, and Doug Glanville, it started as a very good pitcher's duel. Sonny Gray and Shota Imanaga both threw the ball well.
Yeah, they delivered. As we talk about Sonny Gray being a long-term veteran, 13 years in the league, and just how he's in command of so many different pitches. He really throws 6 pitches with a lot of spin, a lot of tilt, a lot of movement. He was very precise tonight. And really, other than Matt Shaw getting that home run off him, he was off the edges, really staying out of the middle of the plate. And so he gave his defense a chance to make the plays. He struck out hitters in key situations and kind of found ways to make the big pitch. So he put them in the position to win. The home run by Paz, put that lead intact. And then it was sort of like, what's going to be the bullpen, right? Because the Cardinals traded everybody. so they used JoJo Romero. They used O'Brien. They found guys to see what they can do in high leverage, and they kind of got through it.
It was bend but don't break for JoJo Romero, who allowed 3 base runners in the 9th, but no runs.
He did, and he used a lot of changeups, slider, turns it over at 95, and he got a good play by Paz to be able to throw out Birdie on a very questionable, review in terms of he got there, but then he came off. It's one of those coin toss ones, depending on the call on the field. It could have gone either way, and that was a key play because Horner gets the hit, and then Romero is able to get out of it. So thought how they would script it. It wasn't smooth, but the Cardinals got the job done.
The Cubs now find themselves 6 games out of first place, looking up at the Brewers. They may be in some trouble as far as designs on winning this division.
Well, the Brewers are just unstoppable right now, and they're hitting this point where if you don't win every day with them, you're going to find yourself, getting further and further away. So right now the Cubs are looking at this new look bullpen, trying to find ways to get their offense more consistent again. And it's getting more critical as each day goes by where the Brewers keep winning.
Cardinals won it the final 3-2 for Doug Glanville. I'm John Shambi right here on your home for every game of the postseason. Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now let's send it back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All right, Boog, Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. After the Sunday night game with the Cards, hang on for the 3-2 win over the Cubs. Mentioned the Mets losing to the Brewers on Sunday. Yankees have also been struggling. That trend would continue Sunday against Houston.
3-2 again. Smith lines it over the head of Rice and down the right field line. Correa scores. Walker scores. In the third base, Sanchez. A 2-run double for Cam Smith. And the Astros lead. It's 4-0. Correa hits it well and deep to left field down the line. And that ball is gone. Carlos Correa goes yard, and the Astros go up 5-1. Correa's 9th home run of the season.
KBME 790 AM. Astros go on to a 7-1 win over the Yankees. Jose Altuve 2 for 3 with his 21st home run, a solo shot, 250th career home run. Yankees, meanwhile, fall to 2-7 in the month of August. Manager Aaron Boone.
We're feeling it, and we know we have to be better. We know we have a much higher standard for ourselves and expectations, but at the same time, we're in control of this. And I wholeheartedly believe that we are going to get rolling and turn this thing around. And when it does, then you really start to build that next layer of confidence where guys are kind of feeding off each other. But it's all just talk right now. But that's how I feel about it. We got to go do it.
Aaron Boone ejected for the 5th time this season, most in baseball. It was an early hook. He was gone in the 3rd. 44th ejection since becoming the Yankees manager in 2018. That's 12 more than any other manager over that span. Nationals, Giants, Washington wins, but San Francisco sees a milestone.
Verlander, 1 strike away from 3,500 lifetime. He throws. He struck him out swinging. Fastball to the outside at 95. So a milestone achievement for Justin Verlander, the 10th pitcher in Major League history with 3,500 strikeouts, and the fans who realize that give him a standing ovation as he walks off the field.
John Miller with the call on KNBR. Verlander would finish with 6. Gives him 3,503 for his career, as you heard John Miller mention. 10th pitcher ever to 3,500. He now trails Walter Johnson by 11 strikeouts for the 9th most all-time. Giants lose, though, 8-0 to the Nationals. Verlander with those 6 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched, 11 hits, and 5 earned runs given up over that span. For the Nationals, 8-0 win, their second largest road shutout over the past 5 seasons. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio.
Caleb Williams has Hall of Fame physical ability.
He can't take 68 sacks because you will not be an effective quarterback. You get hit that many times.
I would love for him on the season to complete 70% of his balls. It's a lofty goal, but it's one that we're going to strive for.
First full weekend of the preseason in the books. No Caleb Williams on Sunday for the Bears and Dolphins.
3rd and 6. Now it's Alexander Madison in the game at halfback. Back to throw Ewers. Gets it off.
There you go.
He's got Madison, breaks a tackle, 10, puts his head down and takes it down to 4.
Big 105.9. Backup quarterbacks didn't do too poorly. Quinn Ewers, 5 of 18 for 91 yards. He and Zach Wilson directing 3 touchdown drives. Tua Tagovailoa playing in a preseason opener for the first time since 2021. He completed 5 of 6 passes for 27 yards over the span of a 15-play drive against Chicago backups, essentially, but the Dolphins did not score on their first drive. Bears with a goal line stand. Bears seeing a handful who didn't play, including Caleb Williams, but as for what Coach Ben Johnson had Williams working on prior to the game.
We had 5 of those pass catchers. We had 3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back, and we ended up probably getting 70-plus, call it, plays on air there. And it was... We try to make it as similar to what we would do in practice as possible. We're calling a play, or I'm giving him the play. He's calling in the huddle. We're coming up. We got motions. We got it's first down, second down, third down. We're changing everything up. And so you talk about timing and rhythm, anticipation, being on the same page in the passing game. That's where there is no substitute for real live bullets. I get that. But at the same time, when you can accumulate 70-plus reps in a day, that's pretty good. That goes a long way in terms of where you want to go with the connection with the quarterback and his pass catchers.
Sunday's other preseason matchup, Chargers, Saints. Trey Lance taking the field in the second quarter, played into the fourth, completed 7 of 14 for 55 yards, 7 rushes for 48 yards for the Saints. Spencer Rattler, 7 of 11 for 53 yards, ran for 22 yards. As for Saints coach Kellen Moore and what he saw from his quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think for all 3, there's going to be some good moments. There's going to be some moments we want to have back. We get to learn from those, get better this week. I thought, Spence did some good stuff coming out of there, using his feet in some situations where he had some avoided zone areas. He was able to make some plays out of it. Probably for us, just playing some situational football where we were close on getting in the range for some points, and we just weren't able to get those things done.
Week number 1 of the preseason now officially in the book. How about what the Bills did on Sunday? That's next. SportsCenter all night at ESPN Radio.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Jacksonville Jaguars become must-see television. We're flexing into them because you can't miss it.
The 3-time Emmy-nominated Rich Eisen Show.
Awesome. Just a lot of truths being spat right there.
The Rich Eisen Show, returning Tuesday, September 2nd, noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. More SportsCenter all night, coming up next.
Carmen and Yurko.
Building off that bourbon analogy, obviously when I put it in my barrel, it's not going to be ready in 6 months. Right. To Chris's point, you can go into the rick house, take the bunghole out.
What?
That's what it's called.
What?
That's what it's called. You can taste the whiskey.
Oh, he's tasting it now. Are there people that go right from the hole?
Yes.
Get Carmen and Yurko podcasts at your favorite pod place or on the ESPN Chicago app. Carmen and Yurko, weekdays noon to 3, ESPN Chicago.
It all started back in 1971 when Rocco Polisi and his wife Nancy brought a taste of Italy to Chicago. That's right, Nancy's Pizza, home of the original stuffed pizza. Rocco crafted his recipe from scratch, and when you cut into that crispy crust, you get a gooey molten blend of mozzarella and your favorite fillings that's just perfection. Also, try Nancy's thin crust, crispy on the edges with that caramelized cheese. It is sure to hit the spot. Taste a piece of Chicago pizza history. Stop by my guys at Nancy's in the West Loop on your way to the game, or order from any of their locations throughout the suburbs.
Mike Ditka on Tom Waddle.
Whatever he's accomplished in life, he's done it because of Tom Waddle. He's done it because of the effort he put into being a football player, for one thing. If you're talking about full-out speed and blazing talent, no. But how do you measure the heart and the will of an individual? And he had that. So if you have the heart and the will, that's going to propel you to do things a lot greater than this guy who has these flexy muscles and stands around and gets his ass kicked when the ball snapped.
Hear Waddle with Sylvie.
Now, weekdays 2:30 to 6:30 on ESPN Chicago.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Chicago's home for sports is on Twitch. See what we're up to. Follow ESPN 1000 Chicago today.
This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter All Night is presented by Progressive Insurance. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit progressive.com. Greenville, North Carolina, Sunday. Little League Softball World Series Championship. Reagan Bills for the Mid-Atlantic team from Pennsylvania with an RBI double in the 4th inning to break a scoreless tie. And as it turns out, that's all that she would need as she worked a complete game in the circle.
Out to left. And the championship is going home with the kids from PA. Pennsylvania, your 2025 Little League Softball World Series champions.
That's how it sounded on ABC. They beat Indiana 1-0, and it's a one-hitter for Bills. The Mid-Atlantic, the kids from West Suburban, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, giving Pennsylvania their second state championship in Little League Softball. Reagan Bills tossing the complete game shutout for the win. SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio. Speaking of the ladies, Jen Powell continuing her work for the Braves Marlins series behind the plate Sunday. Gave her a pretty decent vantage point for this one.
The 2-2 pitch on the way to Ozuna. Swung on to the fly ball, hit well, back to the wall. This one flies away. 3-run home run. And it's 6-1 Braves as Ozuna met that with extreme brutality.
680 The Fan. It's a 7-1 win for the Braves over the Marlins. Ozuna 1 for 3 with that homer. 3 RBI. Back-to-back games with at least 3 RBI for the third time in his career. Marlins suffering a third straight loss, 2-6 in their last 8 games after winning 9 of the previous 11. Speaking of losses, Rockies, as we know, aren't the best team in Major League Baseball. There is one thing they're pretty decent at, allowing double digits in the run column.
Comes set. That is 1-0. Carroll swings and rips a hard hit ball. It's off the glove of Amador and it ricochets into center. McCann scores. Alexander gets to third. And how about this inning for the Diamondbacks? 7 consecutive 2-out singles as another run comes home to score, and it's 9-3 Arizona. Here is Cattell batting right-handed, and this pitch, breaking ball, that is stung down the left field line, a fair ball. This is going to be extra bases. And it's picked up now by the left fielder. Carroll going to try and score. Throw to the plate, not in time. RBI double. 2 runs are in for Marte. 11-3, the Diamondback lead.
It would be an 8-run bottom of the 5th for Arizona. Arizona Sports 98.7 FM with the call. Diamondbacks go on to a 13-6 rout. Rockies' 7th consecutive loss. It's the 23rd time they've allowed double-digit runs this season. That is most in Major League Baseball. For comparison, A's are second with 20. Nationals are third with 15. Couple of streaks on the line for the White Sox and Guardians. Cleveland going in with a 5-game win streak. Chicago mired in a 6-game losing streak. And, wouldn't you know it, White Sox get the win. It's a 6-5 win over the Guardians. They snap a 6-game skid, tying the longest active streak in Major League Baseball entering Sunday, but they snapped that. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, WNBA milestone day for Las Vegas. Asia Wilson in her matchup with the Sun on Sunday.
As Rivers gets the shot from the corner, and that is rebound number 20 for Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson, 32 points, 20 rebounds, first player in WNBA history with 30 points and 20 rebounds in a game. Aces go on to a 94-86 win over the Sun.
32 points and a career-high 20 rebounds. Where does that ability to do more in big nights and big moments like this come from?
I mean, this is what we train for. This is what I do. This is my profession. I don't take anything lightly. I don't take anything for granted when I step foot on this court. So every time I'm out here and I get to be with my teammates and we get another chance to play, I try to give it my all. And today it just showed up in a rebounding and a points way. So if that's the way that it's going to be tonight, great. But next night may look different. So I'm just going to try to keep my team getting involved, and we're going to have some fun.
You're getting some major minutes from Jackie Young. She has been applying pressure all season, 21 points to add to that total as well. What can you say about her?
This is the Jackie Young that we know. This is the Jackie Young that was the #1 draft pick, the one that we took a chance on and got. And she's blossoming into her own self, and that's what I love the most. Her confidence is beaming. She's going in the right direction, and I'm so proud to be playing alongside of her right now because she's showing why she's so special and why she's going to have a long career in this league. So, hey, she's doing her thing.
The Aces were once a bubble playoff team, what it looked like in the standings. You guys are now in a position to earn home court advantage, but you got New York coming up here soon. What's the message in the locker room, and how do you carry this win forward?
Just keep the defense mentality. That's the biggest thing. That's what's going to help us win games. So, yeah, the talent's going to be there. This league is talented, so talent may not always get us out of a win or get us a win. It's really going to be the defense. So that's what we're going to keep going as we step into coming to New York coming up.
Straight ahead, what do we take from week 1 of the preseason? Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, our two-a-days feature the Vikings and the Lions, and we'll tell you everything you might have missed from the weekend. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Carmen and Yurko.
Yurko's like the only guy who somehow is not putting money in Jeff Bezos'
I've never flown in his flying penises that he had. They're odd-shaped.
Yeah.
They are. Phallic-like symbols.
It's like something out of Austin Powers.
I have no want to go out of the atmosphere.
Really? To say you went
Even
to
if it was
space?
free. I don't want to go there. I'm happy on Earth.
Get Carmen and Yurko podcasts at your favorite pod place or on the ESPN Chicago app. Carmen and Yurko, weekdays noon to 3, ESPN Chicago.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
At Wintrust, our approach is to let Southside fans show off their Southside pride anytime, anywhere. With the White Sox debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you're not just swiping, you're making a statement.
It's like a megaphone for your wallet.
Broadcasting your Sox pride with every transaction. Open an eligible checking account. Visit wintrust.com/Sox today. Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Member FDIC.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide, but finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Tune into I'm Over It on ESPN Chicago's Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings 5 to 7. Brought to you by Roofers Union Local 11.
This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, taking you to 6 o'clock Eastern time as always. Unsportsmanlike. Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman, each weekday morning, 6 to 10 Eastern here on ESPN Radio.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
Pennsylvania captures the Little League Softball World Series. Justin Verlander becomes the 10th ever to 3,500 strikeouts, but the Giants are shut out by the Nationals. Longest active win streak in baseball stays alive.
2-2. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here. Isaac Collins walks it off against the Mets. You can't make it up.
That's how it sounded on Sunday on 620 WTMJ as the Brewers get the 7-6 win over the Mets for their 9th straight win, longest active in baseball. Isaac Collins walks it off, his first career walk-off homer for the Mets. That's now 7 straight losses. Manager Carlos Mendoza.
It's hard to describe, tough, frustrating, but we got to turn the page, we got to keep going. We got to find a way to start getting the victory here. That wasn't a good showing there. They pretty much outplayed us. We got to go out and do it, We want to keep saying it. The bottom line is we got to go out and do it, We want to keep saying we got the talent, we got the players, but until we start playing better and getting the job done, we continue to believe in the guys, and we will. It's tough. I know it's tough right now. It's very frustrating. We're all very frustrated, but we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Nobody said it was going to be easy.
7 straight losses, tied for their longest over the last 5 seasons. Mets continue to struggle. Yankees, a 7-1 loss to the Astros. Houston's first road series win at Yankee Stadium since 2017. Yankees are 2-7 now in August with a run differential of -18. Yankees slugger Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it's tough, but there's no excuses. We're getting paid to go out there and perform at our best and go out there and win baseball games. The fans are still packing out, showing support for us, and we got to show it for them and just go out there and do our job. And I think that's what it comes down to is we're not doing our job. We're not doing the little things that put ourselves in a good position to go out there and win baseball games. So it's going to take all of us. It's going to take everybody in this room, from every reliever to every infield, outfield guy. So we just got to step up. That's what it comes down to. I wouldn't say the confidence has really changed. We got a lot of confident guys in this room, and just got to focus on what we can control and go out there and do it.
Yankees continuing to struggle. They fall 7-1. Aaron Boone ejected for the 5th time this season in the loss. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Yankees give up 7 runs. Mets 7 straight losses. Mariners pick up a 7th straight win, thanks in part to this guy.
Hauser from the stretch, and the next pitch swung on, belted deep to right field, a line shot, and it's gone. Goodbye, baseball. There's number 45, and Cal Raleigh didn't waste any time after moving by Javi Lopez on the all-time catches home run list. The historical year is getting better and better and better, and it gives the Mariners a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Seattle Sports 7:10 a.m. Seattle goes on to a 6-3 win over the Rays for their 7th straight win, longest win streak of the season, trailing the Astros by a half game for the AL West lead. Cal Raleigh, home run number 45. Earlier on ESPN Radio, our Mark Zinno.
I'm not throwing analytics out the window, but OPS be damned in this case. Cal Raleigh is putting a team on his back and pushing them towards the postseason. If Seattle gets in and the Yankees are out,
we're not even having a conversation about that.
Well, I'm at a conundrum because it's not about a team award, and it never should be about a team. It's an individual award, and it should be just about the individual. So I have always said that I can't walk away due to take integrity. I can't walk away from that now. But it would be a huge lift, I think, in the mind of voters if the Yankees are out and the Mariners are in, that Cal Raleigh would get the MVP. I think he has an absolute real shot at it, and if the tailspin continues and the compiling Judge doesn't keep up the same rate that he has and just has a mediocre September, it might be enough for him to lose this thing.
Cal Raleigh, 45 homers, is now tied with Johnny Bench in 1970 for second most by a primary catcher in baseball history. Salvador Perez holds the record with 48. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. The Athletics and Orioles. Athletics trailed 2-1 entering the 9th inning.
The pitch is swung on a drive down the left field line. Carlson will not make the play. It falls in for a base hit. Rounding third, Hernandez. He'll come in and score. Rounding third, Butler. Comes the throw to the plate to get Butler. It's up the line. And Butler scores. And the A's lead it 3-2.
And that would be the difference. Talk 650 KSTE. Athletics a 3-2 win over the Orioles, who entering Sunday had won 123 consecutive games when leading entering the 9th inning. Had been the longest active streak in baseball, but they suffer the loss with a 3-2 defeat to the Athletics. Reds with the offense going against Pittsburgh.
2-1 pitch. There goes Marte. And Steer swings, and he puts a charge into this. Well hit. Deep left. Pham turns and looks. It is gone. Give him 2 more of those RBIs. A 2-run blast for Spencer Steer way out of here to left field. And the Reds have opened it up. 9-5 Reds. The 1-1 pitch. Marte hits a fly ball to O'Neill Cruz in center. He's back. He turns. He looks, and it's gone. Wow, Marte drives it out of here to straightaway center field. A 3-run shot. 8th home run of the year for Noelvi Marte. 3rd home run of the game for the Reds, and the lead is back to 4 again. It is 12-8 Reds.
700 WLW. Reds go on to a 14-8 win over the Pirates. The 14 runs allowed, second most in a game this season. They allowed 17 at Colorado on the 1st of August. The 14 runs for the Reds, tied for their second most in a game this season. Ellie De La Cruz, 2 for 5 with an RBI and a stolen base. First multi-hit game in August. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. NFL wrapping up preseason week number 1. A lot of focus on some of the quarterbacks this weekend. As for what we saw, ESPN analyst Herm Edwards.
When you think about Cam Moore, Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders, young players, right? Rookie players, they all played well from the pocket. And that's what you look for. Can they run the offense and not have quick feet and want to leave the pocket? There was a couple throws he made. Shedeur squaring his shoulders up, playing from the pocket. Look, they can all run, but you want them to play within the system. So they all did a nice job of sitting in the pocket, making decisions. Most young quarterbacks, after their first read, they take off and run. These guys sat in the pocket with poise and threw the ball very nicely.
So perhaps a nice sign for things to come. Yeah. And as we look forward to week 2 of the preseason, what or who do you want to see out there, and what are you looking for?
Well, the G-man, Russell Wilson, right? He has to play a little bit more, I think, in this preseason. The second preseason game is important for him, as well as the old veteran Aaron Rodgers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He needs to play more. I mean, think about these two guys. You know, they've been in the league a while, but Aaron Rodgers especially, second, time in a division where he's dealing with another quarterback in Joe Flacco. Both of them have 18 years of experience. But Aaron Rodgers needs to play. It's going to excite the Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Remember, Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh for one reason, to win playoff games.
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers always win 10 games.
Yeah.
He's there for the playoffs. Can he win in the playoffs, right? Russell Wilson is there with the Giants, right? He's the placeholder, but he needs to play some too.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota this weekend with Houston in town.
2nd and 6 from the Vikings 32. Play action from McCarthy from under center. He'll throw to the left, and Jordan Addison makes a diving grab at the Texans' 48-yard line. McCarthy and Addison have caught fire early. That's a gain of 19 and a first down for the Vikings.
J.J. McCarthy with the completion, 4 of 7 for 30 yards in limited action this weekend. Earlier on ESPN Radio, Kevin Seifert, ESPN Vikings reporter.
Well, he had exactly one possession that he was on the field for, but they did run 13 plays. And what we saw was a lot of what we've seen during training camp. We saw some promising moments. You know, he had a nice third down, or nice 18-yard pass to Jordan Addison across the middle. He converted a 4th down by running down the sidelines, which was pretty notable because he had injured his knee last year during a scramble, so it was interesting to see him get right back on that horse there last night. And then there were some throws that were just kind of a little inaccurate. He had a pass over the middle that went high to a receiver named Lucky Jackson. Another one that Jordan Mason, the running back, wasn't able to stretch out and catch. And so that's what we've seen from him all summer in training camp, which is to be expected from a young quarterback who's still in a developmental process. And they'll move on from here.
Kevin, for all the reasons you just mentioned, it seems like J.J. would be a great candidate to play an entire half of his first preseason game, at least a quarter. Why didn't we see more of him?
What Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach, said was that in order to play your starting quarterback for that stretch of time, you really, to be responsible, you have to play most of your starting offensive line at least, and other skill position players as well, to make sure that he's A, protected, and B, given a chance to perform in the way you would want him to. And they just were not prepared to play, especially the offensive line, that much. They have a lot of veterans, and they have a couple guys who are either coming off injuries or just kind of a little bit on the older side. And so it was a little bit of a compromise. They'll have 2 days of joint practices this week with the Patriots here in Minnesota, and so I think they believe he'll get a lot of good work in those 2 days as well.
J.J. McCarthy, 10th overall pick in the 2024 draft. He had limited action this weekend. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams in the Sunday night game for the Bears didn't see any action. Sat this one out. ESPN Bears reporter Courtney Cronin.
I am convinced that we will, guys, because there's no reason and no way that Ben Johnson cannot play his starters in the preseason. Like, we've seen this across the league. If you've got Patrick Mahomes is not too good for the preseason, and Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals starters are not too good for the preseason, you can bet that the Bears are going to fall into that category. I would imagine it's going to be week 2 of the preseason when they've got Buffalo. Again, they've got another joint practice. Clay's had one this past Friday against the Dolphins before preseason 1. But the second preseason game, I imagine a quarter, maybe even a whole half for Caleb Williams and the starters, because none of them played today, and they certainly need the work out there.
Number of starters didn't play for the Bears in their matchup with the Dolphins on Sunday, one of the 2 matchups that we saw in the NFL. Quinn Ewers for Miami, 5 of 18 for 91 yards. Zach Wilson, and he combined for 3 touchdown drives on Sunday. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, WNBA on Sunday, and a grudge match of sorts.
Whirling, dishing, McBride again. Kayla McBride with her 4th 3 of the day.
We saw it on ABC. Lynx, an 83-71 win over the Liberty. Lynx, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Best record in the WNBA over that span. Kayla McBride, 18 points. Lynx playing their first of 3 consecutive games against the Liberty. And for Minnesota, it's not all warm and fuzzy as a rematch of the WNBA Finals. Ryan Ruocco, our play-by-play announcer, earlier on ESPN Radio.
I definitely think there's motivation there. You know, Kayla McBride talked to us about it, and she said it's not necessarily a spoken-about thing, but you could just tell everybody on this team is carrying with them in their own way that loss last year and is motivated by it. You know, Courtney Williams told us, you know, I hate them. She said, I like the players. I like the actual people, but I hate the team. I hate New York. I won't let anyone mention New York in a text message chat that I'm on. You know, there's definite motivation. I mean, even talking with Cheryl Reeve today, she was talking about Alana Smith's positioning and how good she is on it, and brought up how, you know, it's part of the reason why she knew the review of that call at the end of Game 5 that awarded Breanna Stewart free throws was, you know, the wrong call. And she said it with a level of disgust like you would have thought the call just happened, you know. So I don't think they're over it at all, what happened at the end of last year. I think they've just channeled it in different ways, and all of those ways have kind of gone towards motivation for this season.
Lynx Liberty, 3 straight matchups for the Lynx. Liberty have a couple of games before the next 2 meetings. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio.
SportsCenter, 50 states in 50 days.
We going coast to coast. We going coast to coast.
On ESPN Radio.
Lynx Liberty grudge match in the WNBA. NWSL. Get that grudge match between the Portland Thorns and the Seattle Reign. Oregon feature.
There is obviously a hatred between Seattle and Portland, so you're going to feel that today when you're in the stadium. We have a lot of new girls on the team, though, so I'm excited for them to be able to experience that at home at Providence Park. They're talking about it being a sellout, maybe 25,000 plus, so it's going to be a great game. Yeah, of course, no problem. Thank you.
Obviously a huge rivalry matchup. How differently do you prepare for a matchup like this?
Honestly, in terms of my personal preparation, exact same. I like routine. I like to keep things the same. I like to control the things that I can control. But in terms of kind of that little added mental piece of like, you kind of know you're going to war today, I've been prepping that all week. So that's like maybe only the little difference. But yeah, I'm really excited for the game today.
Okay, so I'm going to let you go get all the vibes, go warm up, and good luck for the match
Perfect.
today.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
Turn. Good. Yes. Yep. I got it. You're good. Yeah, you got it.
You spend over a decade playing for the Thorns. How would you describe the fan experience here?
Oh, I mean, quite some of the best fans in the world. You know, they supported the Thorns before it was cool to support, you know, female sports. And they kind of set the bar that not only the rest of the NWSL, but the rest of the world was trying to, you know, reach.
The visibility of women's sports has really taken off over the last several years. Just how different is it right now?
We've seen tremendous momentum. At that time, we talked about how it was a moment in women's sports, and I was like, no, this is a movement. So we've seen the growth. I think we can see that with the valuations of the teams, but it's incredible. It's incredible with the generational shift to women.
Seattle would score first. Portland, though, with the 4-2 win in the NWSL. Straight ahead. Overtime. SportsCenter all night continues at ESPN Radio.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Who knows he's content gold.
The 3-time Emmy-nominated Rich Eisen Show.
I try to just keep it on the straight and narrow, and sometimes it just flies out of the mouth.
The Rich Eisen Show.
We're full service here, man. You come here, you get everything.
Returning Tuesday, September 2nd, noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. More SportsCenter all night. Coming up next.
Carmen and Yurko.
Building off that bourbon analogy, like obviously if when I put it in my barrel, it's not going to be ready in 6 months.
Right.
To Chris's point, like you can go into the rick house, take the bunghole out. What?
What?
That's what it's
What's
called.
going on here?
That's what it's called. You can taste the whiskey.
Oh, he's tasting it now.
Are there people that go right from the hole?
Yes.
Get Carmen and Yurko podcasts at your favorite pod place or on the ESPN Chicago app. Carmen and Yurko, weekdays noon to 3, ESPN Chicago.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Are you confident your retirement game plan is as strong as steel? Hey, it's Yurko from Mitch Lyons Wealth. MitchLyonsWealth.com is full of tools for you to access at no cost to make sure you're positioned to win retirement. Go to MitchLyonsWealth.com today and get a free copy of Mitch's book or his retirement documentary. You can set a no-obligation 10-minute call with Mitch and his team to see if strategies they are utilizing might improve your retirement. That's MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
The Bears voted in favor of banning the tush push. They know what the play was, or are they just going on the term tush push? That doesn't sound very posh. Is that a profane term? I don't want it.
It sounds uncomfortable. Go ahead.
That too.
Ow! Ouchie! I haven't done that. Ouchie!
Cap and J Hood presented by ESPN Bet. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on ESPN Chicago and the ESPN Chicago app.
I don't think anybody ever expects to hear that their child has cancer. It's always one of those things that happens to somebody else. But it definitely feels like your soul is sucked out of your body when they tell you that it's your baby. I knew that St. Jude was a children's hospital. I knew that no one ever received a bill from St. Jude, but I in no way understood how amazingly and completely they take care of their patients and their families. When we first got here, Hunter was in an incredible amount of pain, and St. Jude gave him the most superb care. Childhood cancer is devastating, but childhood cancer is beatable with St. Jude. To any of the donors, I would say bless you and thank you, because without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
If you miss a show or an interview on ESPN 1000, you can hear it anytime, anywhere through the all-new ESPN Chicago app.
This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter all night presented by Progressive. Golf PGA Tours into the postseason. Chase for the FedEx Cup is on Sunday. Final round of the opening event, St. Jude Championship. Tommy Fleetwood had the outright lead heading to Sunday, but he winds up third. 29th career top 5 finish. That's the most for any player without a win in the last 40 years. He finishes tied for third at 15 under since J.J. Spaun and Justin Rose finished tied at 16 under, third playoff hole. Justin Rose puts his birdie putt in. Rose is in. Spaun needs to drop his putt to extend the playoff.
Putting for birdie from above the back right hole location as J.J. Spaun strokes us down the hill. Right to left, miss, left, does not go. And that means Justin Rose is victorious. 2,000 FedEx Cup points as Justin Rose is resurgent and blooms in Memphis as the winner of the 2025 FedEx St. Jude Championship.
Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio. Justin Rose, 16 under, just like J.J. Spaun. Rose, at 45 years old, becomes the oldest player to win on tour since Phil Mickelson won the PGA Championship in 2021 at the age of 50. Back to baseball, Twins, Royals, inning number 11.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hit high in the air, right field, might have a chance. Long run, it's going to get up. Got it here! Keisha with an opposite field, 2-run homer, and the Twins walk off Kansas City 5-3.
Keisha with the walk-off 2-run shot with 2 outs. First career walk-off hit in his 12th career game. He's 22 years old in 360 days. 4th youngest player with a walk-off homer in Twins history. Minnesota's 9th walk-off win, tied with the Red Sox and Giants for the most in baseball this season. As for the top sounds from Sunday, let's check in with Ed Benkin.
Sports Center all night.
Oh, my goodness. Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you ready to take?
Number 5.
Jay, we start with baseball, where the Rangers suffered a series sweep at the hands of the Phillies, despite a defensive gem by Adolis Garcia, as we hear on 105.3 The Fan.
And the pitch, just swinging the ball fisted in the air along the right field line. Tellez retreating, Simeon going back, Garcia in, he slides. Did he catch it? He did! He bobbled it, and as the ball popped up right before it hit the turf, I think he caught it with his bare hand.
I thought we were watching the Savannah Bananas there.
Number 4.
To Seattle, where Cal Raleigh and the Mariners remain red hot. Raleigh's 45th homer of the season powered Seattle to its 7th straight win, as heard on Seattle Sports 7:10 a.m.
Hauser from the stretch, and the next pitch swung on, belted deep to right field, a line shot, and it's gone. Goodbye, baseball. There's number 45, and Cal Raleigh didn't waste any time after moving by Javi Lopez on the all-time catches home run list. The historical year is getting better and better and better, and it gives the Mariners a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Number 3.
To the WNBA, and a win for the LA Sparks at home against Seattle with the help of an old-fashioned three-point play. The call on Spectrum Sportsnet.
Ball inbounded to Alomar. Here's Hamby across the paint. Good! And the foul! De'Erica Hamby. Back-to-back buckets here in the clutch.
Number 2.
Back to baseball, where the Blue Jays avoided a sweep at the hands of the Dodgers thanks to some ninth-inning heroics by Ernie Clement. The call on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
And the pitch to Ernie Clement. Swing and a high drive. Left field. Moving back to the fence. It's out of here. Ernie Clement with a go-ahead shot on the first pitch of the 9th. And the Blue Jays lead again 5-4. You have got to be kidding me. Ernie Clement.
Number 1.
And last but certainly not least, in Milwaukee, where the scorching hot Brewers got a walk-off in the 9th to win their 9th in a row, as we hear on 620 WTMJ.
2-2. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here. Isaac Collins walks it off against the Mets. You can't make it up.
Isaac Collins with the walk-off shot, his first career walk-off home run. William Contreras hits 2 homers in the win, second multi-homer game this season. Brewers up 6 in the division over the Cubs. It is Monday, August 11th, birthday of Chris Hemsworth. Thor is 42. What did we learn from the first week of preseason NFL? Evan, Chris Canty have reaction this morning. Unsportsmanlike is next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, as we get closer and closer to the NFL regular season, I'll tell you the one team that I think is being slept on the most. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and...
This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago.